Trapmore gang, I've got another video that's going to annoy a few people today, but I really don't care, okay? I'm going to keep it very real, and I'm going to show you something in this video that is really going to blow your mind. But as I discussed previously, okay, there's been rumors that when Lil Durk and the OTF crew went to Atlanta, they basically just turned the streets of Atlanta upside down, okay? I've talked previously in a video about, this idea that Durk and them... I mean, I've talked endlessly, right? Durk and King Von went to Atlanta. They ended up catching an attempted robbery and attempted murder charge where somebody got shot in the leg and robbed of some money. It was on camera at the Varsity. Now, they was both in court together, okay? And if Von hadn't passed away, when he passed away, he might have been facing serious charges for attempted murder in Atlanta. Not just that, there was rumors that King Von had actually got into an argument with somebody at a party and somebody had got killed at a party in Atlanta before he passed away. That's been debated, it's been denied, but those rumors are actually out there. And then, as I rather controversially broke down in a video previously, Lil Durk's home got invaded, okay? Interestingly enough, a few months after people had made attempts on Quando Rondo's life. He's from Savannah, Georgia. Lil Durk was staying in Atlanta. And then there were rumors that maybe somebody had backdoored Lil Durk. Maybe someone around him, he said to 50 Cent, how did they get my address? He said, I started looking at the people around me. Come to find out, despite having done an album together with Lil Baby, there was a shootout at the mall where an OTF member had allegedly shot up some Atlanta gangsters that had ties to Lil Baby. Before you know it, somebody connected to that crew is ending up losing their life at a gas station of all places, okay? And it doesn't seem like there's too much love between Lil Baby and Lil Durk today, but hey, who knows, all right? You can get your angry comments in here now, all right? I'm keeping it real. I'm the only platform that's going to keep it real about these things. And what I'm going to tell you today is probably going to shock you because there is much more going on with the OTF drama than you could have even imagined. I talked about previously, and you can go and watch the previous video I did on it if you want, about Lil Durk and Lil Baby's secret Atlanta gang war, but I did a video previously where I said OTF Boona, okay, he had been in this shootout in the mall, right? We don't know exactly what it was about, but it was with some crews, some Atlanta gang with ties to 4PF. I think they were called MCF, Money Comes First. This is the video I'm talking about, okay? Go check this out if you want to know some more of the crazy Atlanta backstory, okay? This video is basically a follow-up of that video, okay? Because there's even more going on. Now, what is really crazy, okay, is that it was OTF Boona that had that shootout at the mall, okay, with the Money Comes First members who were allegedly tied to 4PF, all right? But now, it appears that OTF Boona might have some ties to another situation that was very serious, and it might be linked to this OTF Atlanta gang war. So, this is OTF Boona locked up for murder. He didn't end up getting any serious repercussions about that shootout at the mall, which, may I remind you, and I don't know if they were innocent. All kids are innocent, really, at the end of the day. So let's just say an innocent kid seemed to get caught in the crossfire, okay? He was in a bunch of trouble over this mall shooting, but before that could even come to fruition as far as the court case, I believe he was given bail, he would then be locked up for a murder, okay? This was basically a bizarre robbery turned murder, okay? And a lot of people had been suggesting, like, this is like some real... I don't even want to say the organization's name, but it begins with C, and it's close to the word motel. Is all I'm trying to say. Okay, but basically it's okay. It says OTF Boona locked up for murder, home invasion, kidnapping, aggravated assault after allegedly breaking into a man's house, duct taping him to search for driving him to a church parking lot before fatally shooting him 17 times and killing him. And a lot of people suggested after this, okay, that perhaps the OTF stimulus package had run dry. Lil Durk's locked up on murder for hire charges. There's not really too much money floating around for the OTF members, and maybe they were out here robbing, selling drugs. Other OTF members have gone to jail since the Lil Durk case has landed. It's all just been a mess, okay? And they're saying that Boona really kidnapped this guy from his home, drove him to a church parking lot, and shot him 17 times, okay? A lot of people in the comments pointing out that Boona was a prolific shooter for Lil Durk. Durk rapped, he pays him not to get rid of people, okay? Saying Durk might be the first 100% non-lying drill rapper, okay? Boona, he don't think. When it comes to, he'll swipe you off his feet. It's for real. It's for real. It says, wow, we all knew that man was a problem from the shootouts at the mall in Atlanta to stuff like this. If you pay attention, Durk really does keep the real killers around him. This is honestly some insane shit. This man might actually get the death penalty, okay? It was the Cumberland Mall. They're saying he did this in Gwinnett too. He overly done for. They're saying LMAO, these goofy-ass OTF dudes are fried. Broke dudes don't got nothing going for themselves. Their whole life was revolving around Durk, and now we're going to see how all of these guys crash out. Hopefully they're going to get locked up with Durk, all right? Look, I'm not I'm not condoning these comments, but this is what the sentiment is. It's saying, I remember Dirk said, free Boona, F what he did before all of this, and he came home on demon time. Dude committed a murder while the whole feds was watching, the whole gang. Bet they were parked down the street. How the F do you get booked in under a month for the murder? And it's saying he did it in Gwinnett County. It's a good-ass area. 12 beyond any crime that happens over here to make sure the area stays good. Like, this is an area where you could leave your car door unlocked with the keys in it, and it'll still be there the next day. People saying, I remember seeing this on the news right off Webb Ginn Road. He got arrested for the shooting at the mall 5 minutes from my spot. Go back to Chicago, short dog. You are fried, my boy. In Georgia, kidnapping can get you a life sentence. Armed robbery can give you life. Obviously, murder too. Short dog has got to be the worst charge of all to still get a life sentence. He has to beat the worst charge of all to still get a life sentence. So he's basically saying even if he beats the murder, armed robbery can get him a life sentence. It's saying Dirk being locked up has caused problems with everybody now. They're saying Doodie Lo is probably the only person from OTF that's eating. Now we're going to get to that. It says, yeah, Doodie Lo, maybe Lil Zay Osama. I don't know if he's even affiliated with OTF, but it's crazy they got into it. We're just saying a video about Zay, so it is what it is, right? People saying at least he did it solo. But look, here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? Just months before this went down, this is where I'm going to start blowing your mind, people, okay? And you can get your angry comments and take this video down, take this shit down. What are you, the feds? What are you, the feds? I'm sure the feds are all over this. They already arrested the man for murder, right? So get your angry comments in now. Get them in now. Go back to the last video and add some more to that one. I don't care, all right? Listen, it was an excellent video. No one's giving you these facts. But, okay, just months before Oz, or Oscar, I believe his name was. So it's quite hard to see here, but the man's name was Oscar Cruz. He went by the name OZ, or Oz. But just months before Oscar's murder, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. It's crazy. All right, just months before that, you might remember there was unconfirmed reports going around that OTF's arguably most bread-making rapper in this era, with Lil Durk gone, as people said in the comments, Doodie Lo, probably the only person from OTF getting money. He was allegedly robbed in Atlanta. This was going around everywhere. Rumors are going around tonight that Doodie Lo was shot and robbed in Atlanta. Officers responded around 9:25 p.m. to a report of a shooting at 2423 Martin Luther King Drive Northwest. When they arrived, they found a 33-year-old man with an apparent gunshot wound to his left leg. Okay, Doodie Lo was in some trouble, right? This is a very sad situation. Not the type of thing that we really want to be reporting on, okay? No one's happy about this, all right? I don't like to see any of my rappers that I like get robbed. You know, I like Doodie Lo. I like his music. He had that song with King Von, me and Doodie Lo. At the light, I had to blow. Catch you with just me and Doodie Lo. Hard song, all right? Legendary song. Tune, all right? Tune, as Top 5 would say about Drake or Kendrick. But almost a week after this, okay, word was going around. People were thinking, oh, is this related to Quando Rondo? This is Get Back. This is revenge for, you know, what happened to Quando's cousin. They're finally sliding on OTF. Lil Durk's not here to protect the OTF members. That's what people thought, because this went around. Allegedly, this was Quando Rondo's brother, Wop, all right, posting himself with OTF Doodie Lo's stolen jewelry, all right? This is an iced out AP. See a lot of rappers wearing these iced out APs. No comment, right? No comment. I would keep it AP plain Jane myself, but hey, everyone's got their taste, their different flavor. All right, these iced out APs seem to be circulating a lot, and this is not worth getting robbed over. That's all I'll say. But this was going around, okay? People are saying this is Quando's brother Wop, or at least his friend or his homie Wop, posting with the jewelry and acting Big Doodie Lo. And then he posted this. It said, F Doodie Lo. And someone messaged saying, Doodie Lo said if we can get his chain back, he got some bread for us. He got some cheese for us. And he's about to react. I'm guessing he was about to hit this emoji right here. Okay. They're saying they stand on business. 6038. All right. This is a Young Boy fan page. Young Boy from 38th. All right. People saying long live Pab. People saying, you know, OTF been getting bad stuff happen to them. They're saying Young Boy is slid, all of this kind of stuff. But apparently, okay, it might not have gone down exactly as people said. We never saw full official, we never saw police report. We never saw Doodie Lo in the hospital, or no footage of him getting robbed. This is just somebody posting a watch and a chain. This could have come from absolutely anywhere, right? And this don't really, like, maybe he did get shot. Maybe he didn't get robbed. We don't know exactly what went down, okay? Now, Doodie Lo would eventually sit down with the Danza Project, of all people, to basically explain what happened, okay? And apparently while speaking on the phone with Seti Nash, he would clarify that Quando's people ain't take nothing from him.
This shit. Okay, look. Okay, the goofies that posted my shit, right?
Right.
They don't have my shit. They had a video of it. Am I right or wrong?
1,000,000%.
Okay, that's all I wanted. That's all
the
I
niggas
wanted.
couldn't even afford the bitch ass price.
Exactly.
I was trying to get in contact with you, like, I'm gonna go get all that shit back.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
He don't want it back, goddammit. My boy out here with the Richard.
Hey, you ain't look.
He can't even see it. This shit, he can't see this shit. He can't see this shit till we drop.
And Doodie ain't a broke nigga. Cuz been having motion.
Come on.
So they're saying Doodie been having motion. That watch is like $300,000. I'm not going to lie to you, okay, if it's real. If it's real. But Doodie Lo would open up about the incident, okay? So as he just explained to Seti Nash, all right? He said that they was posting a video of the chain and the watch. He's not denying the chain and the watch got stolen, but he's saying they just posted a video they had been sent of the chain and watch, and they didn't have the money to even buy it off of the people that took it from him. But Doodie would open up about the incident itself and how it all went down, and he would explain, just hours before the robbery, he received a text warning him, and something just didn't feel right.
Yeah. So we seen almost too much shit. And this is me like Big Brother type shit.
Yeah.
Right? Uncle Danza. We seen a lot of shit going on out there in ATL. When do you wake up and say, this is not where I want to be, I'm not going to be a part of this? Because it ain't about our ego. We'll say, I'm going to stay down, ain't nobody running me out of nowhere. But you ain't got to stay nowhere because you're wealthy enough to get the fuck up out of there. Dang.
Yeah, so this the thing, right? I never really I was in Atlanta for the music. So I never did the hood politics. I was in the fucking trenches. You know, Martin Luther King Drive is a trench everywhere. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Every city.
Allegedly, that's where it happened at. On Martin Luther King Drive or some shit like that. But it was like, I was at the wrong place. Like, it was just like, but I feel like it is time to move around. But I will always keep me a place in Atlanta because I love the city. Like, I don't feel like, it ain't no ego thing with that because it's like, nah, I'm not running or no shit like that. But Atlanta is turning into some different shit because I didn't even know the parts of like the hood unless we shot videos out there, some shit. But the shit was.
So he was still sticking around in Atlanta. Okay, I feel like I might have played slightly off the mark of the clip that I wanted to play there. But he basically is saying, look, he didn't know the street politics was that deep in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I got a text 2 hours before, like, man, somebody trying to.
Like, something ain't right.
Yeah, I'm like, and I promise you, that shit was weird. The whole situation was like, it was weird, bro. I ain't even like
that gut feeling.
Hell yeah, bro. I knew something every time something finna happen, bro.
I hate that feeling.
And then you like,
especially
why
after it happened, you be like, and I knew it.
Bro, it make me so mad when I wake up sometimes, man. And I'll be in 100. I'm like, what I'm like, that's the devil. I pray. I'm like, and try to do something, stay busy.
Yeah. So we seen almost too much shit. And this me like.
So he's saying that he had a feeling something was going to go wrong. Okay. He had a feeling things were going to go left. And, you know, he made a decision. He got outside that day and he unfortunately got in trouble. And Doodie would basically explain the incident. He would say someone attempted to rob him at gunpoint. He reached for his own gun, got shot in the leg. And then the shooter's weapon apparently jammed when they were actually going to plan to kill Doodie Lo. Listen to this.
I respect it because you did what you had to do.
You got me.
You feel me? Like, some niggas come, like, when a motherfucker really come to, like, try to rob you and shit, they gon'.
Yeah.
It was, found. I ain't even feel it. You feel me? So I'm like, damn, that's some gangster ass shit. That motherfucker said, get on the ground and lay down face down. What? No, sir, Skit. We gotta go. It's over. You feel me? I'm like, hell no, you already let it off. I know what you would do. I respect it.
Yeah, so you said, I'm getting down. We good.
He said allegedly.
Hell no, I ain't get down.
After the first shot?
I didn't get down. So I've been shot. I know how it feel.
Yeah.
You gotta really like.
So he's saying they told him to get on the floor face down. He said, hell no, and they shot him in the leg and he still didn't get down. That is pretty gangster.
I told you, like, when I got up, then that's when I failed because I didn't know I was shot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, adrenaline be rushing and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's God. But before I go to sleep now, when I blink my eyes and shit, I see the gun jam, man. I see that shit. You feel me?
Of course. It feel like
Facts.
It's like
2 seconds is like a minute long type.
an hour.
Yeah.
So here's where things start getting a little bit crazy, okay? And I told you I was going to blow your mind in this video a few times. Doodie would reveal that after this incident, okay, people close to him would claim that the friend who was with him during the robbery was actually the person who set him up. But he refused to believe this.
But I feel like God just it sat me down. Now I can think clear, like, all right, bet. Because I don't ever question why he put me through stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people was trying to put it in my head, like, yeah, your homie right there with you, he said you. I know he would never put me in no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you got to have your own mind. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
Well,
that's what they want for you.
Hell yeah, they wanted me to crash out. Like, that's how I be laughing. I don't care about no comment. I went through the worst thing, like, you could go through on the internet with the girl. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like,
Yeah, true.
Like, that shit ain't.
So he went through an absolute bunch of nonsense with a woman trying to absolutely tarnish his name. And we won't speak about it in this video because it was a load of nonsense. But, okay, he's basically saying that he was like, people were telling him that that guy that was with him when he got robbed, who was supposed to be his friend, was the one that set him up. Now, it sounded like there was some warning signs, some red flags, okay? And Doodie stated that if he was the shooter, he would have made sure that the job was actually finished.
Speaking of, did you ever feel like somebody might try to finish the job?
Nah, they should have finished when they had the chance.
Okay.
They should have really got me going. For real, but thank God.
Thank God we could talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, today, now we kind of laughing about it low key, but
Yeah.
man,
Like, I would have killed me. Not like that, but I'm saying I would have killed me.
right?
Cause alter ego dude slow for real.
But you said the gun jammed.
Yeah.
So they wanted to.
That's the craziest part.
It's wild because I don't even want to put this stigma on ourselves, right? But you mentioned it earlier. And it's something that we think about with the shows. We've had shows with several people that ended up getting shot after shows.
Yeah.
You know, and
So he's basically saying that they wanted to kill him. If the gun was in his hand, he's saying he would have killed him. Okay, that's very dark energy to be putting out there. But this is pretty grim because, like, what's really crazy is the day that this interview was uploaded, that's when Oscar Cruz, aka Oz, was found dead in a church parking lot. Doodie Lo's putting this energy out there, and the same day, okay, the police are identifying the dead body of the man who OTF Boona would later be charged with murdering, kidnapping, shooting 17 times. All right? It's very, very crazy. It's very scary. Look at this, and then I'm going to show you a
Details
couple
now
more things.
about the man killed in a Snellville church parking lot. The victim has been identified as Oscar Alexis Cruz. Gwinnett County Police say someone came across the 28-year-old's body yesterday at Cannon United Methodist Church right on Webb Gin House Road. Authorities have not said if they have any suspects, but police did tell us that they believe this was an isolated incident. New details now.
So they said it was an isolated incident all the way back then, 4 months ago. 4 months, people, all right? Let's not just... You can go comment, oh, take this down, you're the feds, you're the feds. They say an OTF work 4 months ago, right? Back when this was first happening, this was July 23rd, 2025. When was this comment?
New details now about the man.
When was this comment? This is 4 months ago. I want to know exactly when. Let me inspect it. Okay, I guess there's not a way on YouTube to actually specify exactly the date a comment was made, but still, 4 months ago, okay, people been knowing that this was OTF's work. But Boona didn't get in trouble for this for a little while, right? For a little while. So in September of 2025, that's when the police would charge the first of 4 suspects, and a hearing would actually reveal that Oscar was either selling or receiving money for fronted drugs before the time of his murder. So that's what was going down with these
New
guys.
developments. Channel 2 Action News found out what police say led to a violent home invasion before an officer found a man's body at a Gwinnett County church parking lot. As Channel 2 Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson reports for us, police say the 4 suspects sent a disturbing message to the victim's wife.
Today, we're getting new insight on a brutal murder that police say began well before they discovered the victim's body at a church parking lot. A detective testified that armed robbers actually sent a chilling message to the victim's wife right before the murder. A Gwinnett County judge heard chilling testimony about how police say Raymond Cooper worked with 3 others in a deadly home invasion that left the father shot 17 times. A detective said the suspects delivered a terrifying message to the wife of Oscar Cruz.
They told her this would be the last time that she saw her husband and to kiss him goodbye.
Police say Cooper and 3 suspects met Cruz at a Waffle House on July 22nd at around 1 in the morning, where he got into their car. Investigators say the suspects became violent when they took Cruz to his home on Gin Blossom Circle, where the 28-year-old's wife was showering.
His hands were bound with duct tape, and there was a male pointing a gun at his head, and she was made to get out of the shower and come downstairs.
Authorities say 2 armed men stole $3,000 and possibly drugs from the home. Police arrested 26-year-old Javon Wilson last week in connection with the murder. Investigators tracked a Charger to Webb Gin House Road using cameras, where Cruz was found dead in a church parking lot the same day.
Oscar Cruz was going to either sell drugs to the individual or get paid back for some drugs he fronted them prior.
But Cooper's defense...
So just to make it clear, okay, there would eventually be 4 suspects. That would just be the first suspect, okay, the first of 4 at this point when they identified him. And once again, okay, it makes it very interesting because this was only 2 months ago. Why are people 4 months ago posting comments saying that this is OTF's work on the original one? Well, eventually, only last month, okay, in November, because this is December as I'm recording this video, in November, that's when Boona would publicly be announced as the second suspect being arrested, having already been behind bars for other stuff since August.
New tonight, there is a second arrest in the death of a man found shot in Gwinnett County in a church parking lot there. Michael Golden, he was arrested this week and charged with malice murder in the death of Oscar Alexis Cruz. Well, the victim was found dead back in July of this year at a church on Webb Gin House Road in Snellville. Police believe he was kidnapped from somewhere else in Lawrenceville before he was killed. Now, according to the affidavit, Cruz was duct taped and shot 17 times. Another man, Raymond Cooper, was arrested in September.
So they're making arrests, all right? People saying, look, people saying OTF taking so many L's. Like, I'm not condoning these comments, but this is Boona, okay? But here's where things get a little bit interesting, okay? Because you're thinking, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, look, anybody who has a problem with OTF gets killed, all right? You know we're all over it like a rash. And Doodie Lo, he recently dropped this song, It's Up. Now, this song probably should have made a little bit more noise than it did, but it had some interesting lines in there, okay? So, but have your gun up when you come outside. Goofy shot me in my leg, then his cousin died. You're thinking, I wonder who, I wonder why, I wonder what's going on with that. And then we heard him in the interview talk about, people were trying to tell me that the guy who I was with got me was the reason I got robbed, all that kind of stuff. Buying killer switches for their birthdays. Feed them when they're hungry, they're going to kill when they're thirsty. So he's saying he's got killers on deck. Whoever shot him in his leg, their cousin got murdered soon after. Okay. Down, they effed him up, then they knocked his dreads off. You talk stupid about my brother, then they knocked his head off. I don't speak on no dead dude, it is what it is. My dudes fidget and they spin and spin. I just want him dead now. We caught him with his head down, put him in the damn ground. He lost and can't be found. Where's his boss at? You a pump? Where your boss at? So it's like, I wonder what he's talking about. But the last thing that I think is interesting, okay, they said that Oscar Cruz got killed over some drug debt. All right. And you're thinking, what is the connection with him and OTF? Well, interestingly, okay, back in August of 2025, Cap Rap TV would actually post a comedy skit believed to have been filmed all the way back in 2023 that actually showed the murder victim, Oscar Cruz, also known as Oz, appearing alongside OTF's Doodie Lo. And Oz actually plays a character in this skit of a weed dealer being robbed.
What's going on? For the weed.
Oh, yeah, you got a tray 5? Yeah, my kids be smoking that shit. Let me see. Damn, you got that Zoba. How much is it here?
200, 3.5.
200 a tray 5? 200,
3.5.
No, I know 200 no tray 5. Hello? Hey, Doodie Lo, he talking about 200 a tray 5. All right. About 200 a tray 5.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, he talking about 200 a tray 5.
200 a what?
He ain't got no motherfucking bubble run.
$200 shit right here.
He ain't got no motherfucking gelato. He ain't got no motherfucking kush. He ain't got no motherfucking black run. He ain't got no motherfucking purple run. He ain't got no motherfucking Undertaker. He ain't got no motherfucking Kane. He ain't got no motherfucker. Oh, damn, y'all done got out on. Damn, I ain't know.
Boys, I'm gonna catch y'all, boys.
When you look at the rap game,
very, very interesting, right? People saying 2 years ago, a skit surfaced showing Oz Capin getting robbed by OTF Doodie Lo in Buckhead. What looked like comedy at the time has now turned into a tragic real-life connection. Fast forward to 2025, reports allege that OTF Boona kidnapped and shot Oz Capin 17 times in Lawrenceville after a robbery attempt. The crazy part, Oz Capin was close to the OTF circle from Doodie Lo to DJ Bands and even Boona himself. So what went wrong? All right. Hey, interesting connections, right? That is the same person, okay? People saying it's premeditated. Rest in peace to Oz. That is him. That's him from the case. Let me just get like a good shot of him. Oz Capin. But look, the rest of that video, it doesn't really give any new information, okay? This is all the information that there is out there, okay? I'm not pointing the finger specifically, but Doodie Lo's on a song saying whoever robbed him got killed. This Oz Capin guy, they're doing skits where he's getting robbed by Doodie Lo, and then come to find out OTF members are robbing him, murdering, leaving him at the church, shooting him 17 times. This shit's crazy. Okay, so what I will say is that it's very clear, and I've made it very clear, and I know people don't like me saying this, but it's like OTF went to Atlanta and just raised hell. And you can't deny that, okay? OTF Boona, he has been charged with this incident, okay? They're saying it happened in Gwinnett County, okay? This is just outside of Atlanta, all right? This is not a good place to do something like this. They're saying that they're going to absolutely cook him. They're saying they're going to throw the book at him. I don't know what Oz Capin was involved in, but clearly it wasn't good. If this is the same person as you know, is it possible that his cousin is the person that tried to rob Doodie Lo? Potentially. But also, Doodie Lo's jumping on the song talking about he tried to rob me, then his cousin died. Now, that could be about someone else. If that's about someone else, you guys let me know, okay? And I'll look into it. But for now, I do feel like I do want to do a bigger deep dive into OTF in Atlanta, King Von, Dirk, everything they got up to in Atlanta, because I still feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions, and I feel like they actually had Atlanta in flames. Like, come on, like, bro, you see what's going on here. Okay, you're seeing the Lil Baby connection, you're seeing all of this stuff. Okay, so look, I know a lot of people are going to be super mad. Oh, the feds, oh, take this video down, but it is what it is. Okay, and I'm keeping it very real. Okay, I don't plan to go to Atlanta anytime soon. Okay, that's what it is. But if you guys think there's anything to this, let me know. If you don't, set me straight. We can go back and forth in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching. I will keep digging into this situation. I want to get to the bottom of what Dirk and Von and everybody had going on in Atlanta. I want to know what happened with the home invasion at Dirk's house. That was mainstream news, reported in TMZ. He did interviews about it. No reason I can't look into it. But let me know what you guys think. I'll be back with another video. I'm either going to do another David update or I got a couple of topics. I got like 6 topics right now that I could get into. So appreciate you guys watching, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out here, guys. Peace.